You're looking at the Empire Strikes Back Darth Vader from Hot Toys. This review marks my first Hot Toys Star Wars review, and what a first for me since I absolutely dig this figure. It's a very impressive and polished rendition of the Dark Lord, made all the more better with light-up features, lightsabers, and an amazing base that's going to blast you to the other side of the galaxy. Darth Vader is of course from Star Wars, but this figure is specifically tailored to match the suit specifications from the sequel, The Empire Strikes Back, which the Hot Toys box and cover guard pay homage to. I don't think Vader has looked any better than his appearance in Irvin Kershner's 1980 movie sequel. And that's not only thanks to some redesigns in the suit, but in my opinion, an unsung hero. And that's Empire's director of photography, Peter Suschitzky. To me, Empire Strikes Back is the best looking Star Wars movie, thanks to Suschitzky's methods of lighting sets, blending bright and sometimes colorful light sources with shadows and rich colors, making characters, especially Darth Vader, stand out and look just as amazing as the extraordinary sets the characters interacted with. Having said that, I'm glad I snagged this Darth Vader, as Hot Toys did a pretty good job at making this suit similar to his appearance in Empire. The most apparent change is that his helmet and shoulder armor are shinier than previous editions, which is an accurate change as Vader's suit changed to a matte finish in the first movie to a noticeably glossy one in Empire. It's a very reflective finish, almost something you would see out of the Hot Toys Iron Man releases. As such, it's a magnet for fingerprints, especially the helmet. The helmet and mask look absolutely terrific. It's iconic and one of the most well-known designs for a villain full of mystery and dread, with the dark big eyes and the triangular mouth protruding from the bottom. It's here where you get just a smidge of some color with these silver tusks, which I've never noticed before until I had this figure in hand. Now what you can't miss is this big domed helmet which covers the whole head and is the perfect accessory to top off the Dark Lord. The helmet can also be removed to reveal some rather graphic and severe injuries. The paint job is done pretty well with a sickly white skin complexion and this enormous cut that travels from the top of the head to the rear. It's kind of gory, but a well-executed, behind-the-scenes look of the main man behind the monster machine. Removing the head also reveals some gadgets and locks along the neck, simulating the workings of the helmet. Taking off the helmet also gives you a look into the interior mechanisms of Vader's helmet, with gold and silver panels and circuits streaming down from the top of the head. I like that Hot Toys gave us this option to remove the helmet, although the way it's done is not exactly how Vader's helmet was placed in Empire Strikes Back. In the movie, you can clearly see that Vader's whole head is exposed. It's a small nitpick that doesn't really bother me, and I think it's a decent compromise, seeing as how you don't see the other side of Vader's exposed head in the movie. The head can be moved from side to side and slightly up and down, but you're going to have to hold that helmet down as you turn, since the peg connection to the helmet and face mask isn't the strongest one. The shoulder and chest armor also have a shiny finish, much the way the head is done, with a mix of black and silver paint against the curved plates. The armor does limit the movement of the shoulders, but the armor can pivot slightly so you can raise the shoulder a bit. The material covering the arm, portions of the torso, and upper legs is made to look like it's leather. It's a much softer material, but it's a pliable one as well, allowing you to manipulate the figure in more ways, like the elbows for instance, which are double jointed. The gloved hands are connected by ball joints and are made of plastic. It looks a lot like leather, but it's all one molded piece. The rest of the torso has some of the flashiest accessories found on the figure, including this awesome chest panel which lights up. thanks to a lever box found at the rear of the figure. This is a well-detailed panel with colored buttons and some intricate writings, which are, as far as I can tell, are very true to the look of the suit in Empire, and that's including the light-up sequences found at the top of the panel. Vader's belt consists of 3 pieces. The centerpiece is a silver buckle with a noticeable speaker-like etching to the side. It's made to look like Vader's audio sensors, with an electromagnetic clasp to the side. The 2 boxes to the left and right are various ports used to control various mechanisms, including Vader's respiratory and temperature functions. The light-up features are activated by switching a lever found at the bottom of the boxes. It's another great light-up feature to add more depth to all this darkness. The torso can shift to the side and has very slight ab movement. He's not going to be doing any ab crunches anytime soon, but let's face it, he doesn't need to work out. The upper legs can shift slightly and can lift just a tad bit, but you really can't do a whole lot because of how tight this suit is. But you can do some knee bends, and the costume will stretch at this point to allow you to move it that way. Then you've got these shiny shin guards, which has a similar finish to the helmet. This again was something I didn't really notice on Vader until I got this figure, and I really like the sleek and curved shape of the guard. The shin guards are connected to the feet by Velcro, so there's no danger of ripping the suit. At the very bottom are Vader's boots, which can bend back and to the front. Rounding out the figure is this looming black cape that seamlessly drapes around the Dark Lord. It's a well-made material somewhat similar to velvet, with a soft but dense form. What better way to wrap the galaxy's ultimate terror by using a simple but solid cape, void of any hope. There's also a tabard that flows from the top of the chest all the way to his feet. It's made out of the same material as Vader's cape. Vader comes with a total of 10 hands. The hands right out of the package are the pair he uses to grasp his belt. These are molded quite well and are positioned so that you can easily capture this pose. Vader also comes with a pair of lightsaber holding hands, a pair of force-using hands, a pointing hand, if you only knew the power of the dark side hand, a hand to stop Solo's laser blast, and lastly this hand and arm, which is connected to a lightsaber that lights up. I think the lightsaber looks exceptional as is, but when it's lit up adds just a little more color and vibrancy to the blade. Now this isn't the only lightsaber Vader comes with. He also comes with a standalone lightsaber that can also use the laser blades. Hot Toys also includes this sweet lightsaber blade in motion, which is pretty cool. Whether you want him to hack his son's hand off or hack away at an atmosphere sensor. Yup, that's right. Aside from Vader and all the goodies I just mentioned, you get this amazing diorama from Vader's and Luke's epic fight on Cloud City. This specific equipment is found in one of the city's processing bays at the very end of the atmosphere sensor balcony. It's here that Vader and Luke's fight ends, and where Vader chops off the tops of some sensors, which Hot Toys depicts pretty well with some black and texturized pieces at the top. There's also a small machine found at the base of the diorama. If I had to guess, it looks like an intake and measuring instrument, and like everything on the base is well designed. There's also some support beams found at the stairs and at the other end of the diorama, which notably has some light-up features as well. This is a real quality base, and just might beat any type of figure base I've ever seen. Hot Toys did some great work producing this diorama, and is just another advantage in getting this terrific figure. I simply can't emphasize how superb this guy is. It's a fantastic production of a fantastic character. I must have spent 10 to 15 minutes just looking at him on my desk. Darth Vader is very eye-catching, more so with this awe-inspiring diorama. If you're a fan of Star Wars, or especially Empire Strikes Back, you're going to love this. If you're not a fan, I think it's time to turn to the dark side of the Force and get on board with this Dark Lord. I'm Otaku Surf, and I'll see you around.